Distinguished guests, please welcome the Honorable Lloyd J. Austin.
And I do mean no one else wants to elect the guy who seemingly is pooping his pants in public. I have no idea what this guy is doing right here. This was a video that came out this morning, and it's just frightening to look at that this guy is degenerating in front of our eyes.
Do the Biden. Ready?
Looking around as if he's lost, not able to move. While everybody else is partying, everybody else is clapping, this guy finally notices that he's in a state of rigor mortis, so he puts an arm around his shoulder to try to, there, yeah, okay, thanks for snapping me out of it, buddy. There, I'll give you a fist bump. Thanks, Barack. Oh, okay, feeling better. Oh, wait, you're not Barack. Oh, who cares? Now, of course, this comes right after this moment in Italy at the G7, where all of the world leaders are looking at this paratrooper, and something catches Joe Biden's eye. We're told later that it was another paratrooper, and he starts walking towards it. And immediately you can see the other world leaders mobilizing. They're giving each other hand signals. And Moroni, the prime minister of Italy, she rocks. She comes over, saves the day, and try to sort of saves him and brings him back to the living world. Everyone else is sort of covering. He puts on his sunglasses so you can't see the dead look in his eyes. Now, this is what we saw across last week, not to mention when he met Pope Francis and smashed his forehead against the pontiff's forehead.
They want to undo what they finally got done. And then what we finally got done to make up for it. They want to get.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I did not march with a 12-point program. I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes. And we changed attitudes.
He lied to voters, according to the New York Times, quoting aides of Biden's, about having marched in the civil rights movement.
I got involved in the civil rights movement.
Get ready to go out and desegregate restaurants and movie theaters.
That's what got me involved in civil rights as a kid. I got very engaged, in my case, in the civil rights movement.
Quote, more than once, advisors had gently reminded Mr. Biden of the problem with this formulation. He had not actually marched during the civil rights movement, and more than once, Mr. Biden assured them that he understood and kept telling the story anyway. That is really, really...
Why do Democrats want to hold gun manufacturers liable, but not vaccine manufacturers? Wow, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing. Fuck you. And right here, and fuck you, Joe Biden, fuck you. In this clip, kind of amazing. So you have Democrats and Republicans showing up to protest Joe Biden. 81 million votes, my ass. Meanwhile, this is how the streets greet Donald Trump. In dark blue New York. Dark blue New York, people.
I've never thought I'd see a time when I'm going through a neighborhood or a rural town in the West or something and see big signs that have a Trump sign in the middle that says F. Biden, and having a little kid standing with his middle finger, 7 years old, 8 years old. Well, I promise it happens all the time.
that Donald Trump cannot be beat in November if it's a fair election.
In a sense, I don't know why we're surprised by Trump. How many times does he have to prove we can't be trusted?
Oh, I think he's well and truly proved it by now, Joe. You cannot be trusted.
News alert, a bombshell ruling by the Fifth Circuit Court. Finding the Biden White House and the FBI and the CDC violated the First Amendment rights of millions of Americans by bullying tech companies into censoring free speech during the pandemic. According to that ruling, the White House, quote, coerced the platforms by way of intimidating messages and threats of adverse consequences. So in other words, the Biden administration forced social media companies to remove our posts that were critical of the Biden administration or made the Biden White House look bad. This ruling could have a major impact on the 2024 election if Democrats lose control of the narrative.
I'm standing next to the president again, next to a collapsed bridge here.
It's the most awkward clip in the history of American politics. Watch this. Biden just like, where's the exit? What's going on? Where's my security? Oh, whoa.
If you can believe it, banning books about black experiences. Okay. Trying to erase and rewrite history. She knows so long as she was denied.
There's no defending that. No defending that whatsoever. I know it, you know it, and even they know it. And any American with a functioning brain also knows that.
I'll go anywhere I have to show that other black people are changing. They're changing their mindset. Like, even my great-grandmother, 95 years old, lifelong Democrat, is going to vote for Trump this year.
Footage of Joe Biden making a fool of himself at a D-Day commemoration rolled in.
Well, I'm not sure you should assume I'm not corrupt.
He might be 50-something years old, but if I was Joe or Jill, I would whoop his ass with a wooden spoon and a flip-flop up and down Pennsylvania Avenue. Because she worked at Rosemont Seneca. Yeah. I mean, and she had testified already in the tax evasion trial in California. She had already testified to this. And he was going to cut ties with her. So the emails in that came out ahead of her testimony in the tax trial in California. So him saying that he had no recollection, not only did he have recollection, he hired her to work at Rosemont Seneca. And then when she got inconveniently pregnant and wouldn't get an abortion, then he dropped her from the insurance. He cut off her insurance. She's pregnant with his child and he cuts off her insurance, fires her. He is scum.
Disgusting. Democrats are disgusting.
I have here in front of me on my computer hundreds of posts on X. This is what people are posting publicly, that they've never voted for Donald Trump before. They don't like Donald Trump. They hate Donald Trump, in fact, and they're now donating to Donald Trump. Professors from the University of Chicago. RFK campaign staffers saying now they're voting Trump. RFK himself defending Donald Trump. The entire unified freedom movement saying this isn't the country that we want to live in.
This is Joe Biden.
F you. In the past, we are basically Democrats, all of us. And after what's happened the last 4 years in this country, Democrats are basically pushing everybody to the other side. Put out a poll in my union. President Trump is leading Joe Biden 3-1 on my presidential poll out of my 9,000 members.
USA! 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 USA!
And my uncle, they called him Ambrose, they called him Bozy. My Uncle Bozy was a hell of an athlete, they tell me, when he was a kid. And he became an Army Air Corps before the Air Force came along. He flew those single-engine planes as reconnaissance over war zones. And he got shot down in New Guinea. And they never found the body because there were a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea.
I promise you, the president has a big